Today we're looking at who is the strongest Assassin's Creed protagonist lore-wise, but first I ranked every Assassin's Creed protagonist purely on instinct. I didn't look at the lore, there was no power scaling, I just went on my gut feeling. So before anyone jumps in, this list was made before I checked the lore. This is my personal rankings purely on my instinct. We have strongest to weakest. We have Basim, Cassandra, Eivor, Ezio, Altair, Connor, Edward, Narwe, Bayek, Jacob, Evie, Shay and Arno. After that I went back and looked at the lore, the feats, the experience, the history, and tested that instinct I had. Before we start at the bottom, I want you to pause the video, comment on who you think is first, then come back and see how you did. Alright, let's start at the bottom and work our way up. Okay guys, starting our list off at the bottom, we've got Arno Dorian. He is very skilled, but he is also very inconsistent. Much of his development is emotionally driven and reactive. Lore-wise, he lacks long-term discipline and battlefield dominance. Deadly in the right moment, but he is outmatched here by everybody on this list. So in at number 13, we have Evie Fry. Evie Fry is intelligent, she's calculated, and she's very precise. But she also avoids prolonged combat whenever possible. Lore-wise, she is a planner first and a fighter second. Against the elite opponents, that restraint becomes a limitation, and that's a limitation she cannot afford in a list like this. For 12, we had Jacob Fry. Jacob is aggressive and fearless, but reckless. He relies on brute force and chaos rather than refinement. Lore-wise, he lacks discipline and control compared to stronger assassins on this list. Effective in a brawl, but vulnerable against trained killers. In at number 11, we have Shay McCormack. Shay is ruthless. He's very efficient. Unlike most of the assassins, he hunts them. His strength comes from preparation, adaptability, and a willingness to do what others won't. Lore-wise, that makes him more dangerous than those below him, but nowhere near as powerful and as strong as those above him. Okay guys, we are now in the top 10 on this list, and we have Edward Kenway. Edward is dangerous, but he's also a pirate who becomes an assassin. Most of his victories rely on firearms, naval combat, and improvisation. Without those advantages, he is outsmarted by formerly trained killers, so everyone above him now would absolutely destroy him in a fight. I don't think he could hold his own. And in at number 9, we have Bayek of Siwa. Bayek is the foundation of the Hidden Ones, a trained magi. He is disciplined, ruthless, and experienced, but he fights more as a protector than a duelist. Powerful and respected, just not specialized for assassin on assassin combat, and everyone's feats after him now, he just doesn't stack up. Okay, so in at number 8, we have Narwe. So Narwe excels in her speed, her precision, and her stealth. She's lethal in controlled encounters and surgical strikes, but lore-wise, she lacks the prolonged battlefield experience, deadly in her element, less so outside of it. I think the next two on this list is gonna really upset a few people, so look out for it in the comments. In at number 7, we have Altair. Altair reshaped the Creed itself. His importance in the franchise is undeniable, but much of his strength is philosophical. By later Assassin standards, his combat feats are foundational rather than overwhelming. In at number 6 is someone I thought would be a lot higher in this tier list, but here we go. We have Ezio Auditore. Ezio is highly trained, he's adaptable, and he's experienced across multiple decades, but his greatest strength isn't combat, it's leadership and legacy. Lore-wise, he's exceptional. He's just not unstoppable, and anyone else now above him breaking it to the top 5, I think in a one-on-one fight would beat Ezio, and it hurts me to say that because that is my boy. Here we go, breaking into the top 5 now, guys. This is where it it truly gets special. So here we go. In at number 5, we have Connor. So Connor is a force of nature. We all know this. He's physically dominant. He's brutally efficient, and he's trained from a young age. He overwhelms his opponents through strength and endurance, but he lacks the adaptability and finesse for those above him now. In at number 4 is someone else that is going to upset a lot of people, so I'm expecting it in the comments. We have Yasuke in at number 4. Yasuke is totally built for combat. He's a trained samurai with an elite discipline and battlefield presence. Few assassins could face him head on and survive, but subtlety and stealth aren't his strongest tools. In a straight up one-on-one fight, Yasuke would smoke anyone in the list below him. I don't even think it's close, but the next 3, he couldn't beat in a fight. It's as simple as that. We are now into the top 3 strongest assassins and what the lore says. So far, how do you feel about the list, guys? We're now going top 3. We have Cassandra. Cassandra isn't just skilled. She's enhanced. She has Isu blood. She's nearly immortal. Centuries of combat experience. In versatility and survivability, she is almost unmatched. And only a few things could keep her from the top 2. Now, who do you think is in the top 2, and which order do you think they're coming in? Here we go, guys. In at number 2, just missing out on that number 1 spot, we have Eivor. Eivor is relentless. She is a warrior raised in constant conflict. She's hardened by war. Their combined brutal force with tactical awareness. But Eivor fights like a warrior first and assassin second. And the number 1 spot, I think, is the only person that could actively beat Eivor in a one-on-one fight. So guys, that brings us to the last name on this list. The number 1 spot. There can be only one. And the real question is, would you have put him first? Basim isn't the strongest because he hits the hardest. He isn't the strongest because he survived everyone else. He's trained across multiple eras. He's outlived legends. He's manipulated assassins, Templars, and even gods. Basim doesn't dominate through power. He dominates through patience, intelligence, and experience. He doesn't rush into fights. He waits until the outcome is already decided. Lore-wise, this makes him the most dangerous assassin of all time. And nobody else on this list, I don't think, could even come close to him. Like, he is the literal reincarnation of Loki and one of the most powerful beings in the AC lore. He dominates everybody, and it's that simple. Now that we've done the tier list, I just want to say, this wasn't about me being right or me being wrong. I wanted to see how my belief matched up against the lore. So if you think anyone else belongs at the top, then let me know in the comments. Tell me who you'd move and who you think truly deserves that number 1 spot. Because in Assassin's Creed, nothing is true. Everything is permitted.